Hi, welcome back to my channel. Anyways, so I just had my dinner with my fam. Yes, my name is Olive and I love to make such videos where not many things are planned apart from the angle and the lights. Yep, so I was at home today. I am a law student and I do internships. Right now I'm in my final year of college. Life is good. I'm coming up with new perspectives and new experiences being in this stage of life. Yes, so I was thinking today as I skipped my day at internship, I was reflecting a bit on my life and I came across these people with whom I've had good memories and I still sometimes see them in my dreams. And when I'm up in the morning, I feel, hey, this is not the reality. They're no more in your life and you need to accept this. So I accept this. Yeah, I don't cry. I'm not a crybaby. I'll cry about that. I don't do that. All I mean to say is that at some point when we think of some connections which we had through our life till this stage, we think of them as, hey, what exactly happened? Who said what? And who said the wrong thing first? Or who did what? Because of which this broke. But sometimes there are certain connections on which when you think, you cannot really come up with anything at all. Like, you just keep thinking, what exactly did they say, which was wrong, or what did I say? And there are so many things which you think over and over again. A very sad part about this society and our system is we are so used to drama that in every aspect of our life or a relation, we expect there need to be a villain. If there's an ending, there's a villain. We always have this thing in our head which, and not only us, even the people around us. So when any friendship breaks, for example, I have a friend and we broke up, the next moment people start talking about this. And as we as individuals, we also do that sometimes when we see two people together all the time and then suddenly they've parted their ways. We come across these thoughts that, hey, what's wrong? Who's the villain? Because that's how our mind works. We need a villain. If there's an ending in front of us, we need a villain. But I've realized this. It's not always the same thing. It's not always true that you need a villain. Sometimes you outgrow people, and that's completely okay. Or maybe the person outgrew you. So you need to just let it be, let it happen, without doing anything about it, because you cannot do anything about it. So then I think of how did this happen? Like, how did I outgrow them or they outgrew me? It could be anything, literally. If anything happens in your life, you're not in connection with a connection you had with someone and you have no idea how it ended, or there was no closure, or no one did anything actually bad to be the villain, and you just think of it like, hey, what exactly was the case? So you outgrew them, or maybe they did it. But to outgrow is to be in a space which is not on the same energy level as you used to be with that person, or maybe in general in your life. Maybe your values have changed, maybe your lifestyle or your way of approaching a certain situation has changed. Maybe you've evolved in a certain way where you are a little more mature than you used to be, and this is the basics of living, that we always transform, evolve, and change. And the same way our friends, our partners, our lovers, or who we fall in love with, and other things. And the same way our perspectives about certain people. And it cannot always be that there's a person who's on the same track as you and you always remain friends. So sometimes it does not work. Sometimes it does, and which is really great. I love to see such saints around me. But yeah, for those of us who fall in this circle where we end up to outgrow someone, is not just you're done with them, you've evolved, so you'll not talk to them. No, it's just like you're moving in a different direction. You were like, hey, I used to walk in this direction, but maybe this is my direction. Maybe that is not my direction. Maybe this is. I'm not saying that you fall in love with someone, get into a relationship, then you're like, maybe I don't like you, maybe I like them. That's shitty. You need reasons for that. It's just like, yeah, maybe I used to accept on certain things with you, but now, because I've had certain experiences and you have yours, I don't think that my experiences align with it, and maybe I'm not able to put it together with you. So maybe this is my direction, maybe this is my call, and which is completely fine. It could be money, your experiences, your maturity, your seriousness about certain things. It could be anything. And to outgrow does not give you a right to hate the person. If I was a good friend with someone and now I'm not friends with them because maybe I outgrew them or they did, so now I'm not gonna hate on them. I'm not gonna be like, hey, so now our friendship has ended. Now I have a right to hate you. Just because I am not friends with you anymore, I'm gonna hate you. No. I love to revisit the memories and think of you and me on those days when we used to be so good friends. And people assume that so much, that if you two people who were friends are not friends anymore, they are now enemies and they're gonna hate on each other and there's a beef going on, which is not true. Sometimes people find their own peace, and maybe you send some peace to the other person too. Make peace with them rather than running around stalking them, talking about them everywhere, keeping yourself in that energy where you're always thinking about them. Don't do that to yourself. This is so unfair. If you do this to yourself, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, it just does not make sense when two people are separated. People think now they're gonna, like, there's a beef going on and we need some drama. They're gonna hate each other and they're gonna play moves which are against each other. No, we don't bring that energy in the videos today. We don't agree to that energy. We take it, we put it out in the trash. And now we are here with our own peace, with the people we used to be friends with. Or maybe you've had some beef with them. This is the time to let that go and have peace with them. If you don't have peace with those people, you'll never be able to create that space you need and require for new people, rather than advertising those people and those memories and doing everything you can about that. Focus on having peace with them. You revisit them, you get happy that, wow, I had a great time, but you don't want that back. So why are you gonna create a scene with that thing, right? And the same thing happens that if you were in love with someone and things did not go a certain way, you're not gonna hate them. It just shows that you were not compatible enough to be together. Maybe your direction is different. Maybe both of your ways are different. Maybe it was not there. So it's okay to just like accept things and go ahead. Because if you don't go ahead, you'll always find yourself caught up with these thoughts and weird analyzing all these things. And it's not good for you. Yes. So, and the misconception is that when we talk about outgrowing people, we think that, hey, now this is the person and this is the person. If this person has outgrown this person, then maybe this person is better than this person. But that does not mean that's nothing. That's not the idea. If you've outgrown someone, it's not equals to that they are any less better than you. Being different does not mean the person in front of you is inferior in any way. We also do this so much, like when we fight or we have a disagreement or something, we're just like, hey, I'm better and blah blah blah, shit like that. But I mean, we're individuals, we're humans, which is okay, just completely fine. I also did that so many times, and sometimes you do that. It's okay. But yeah, we need to understand that it's not it. Yeah. So from now on, I'll be like, okay, if I've outgrown you, I found my way, it's okay. Yeah. There's a mosquito. Vote. Okay, it's gone. Oh, wait, okay. There can also be a situation where a person has outgrown you. That does not mean it's rejection. That should not hurt you the way you might get hurt in general circumstances. That if you're seeing someone or a friend who used to call you, who used to give you so much attention and listen to your rants and stuff, and now they don't do that, and you think maybe they're not that interested, or maybe they have found a thing in their life which they're more into. And that does not mean you're gonna hate that person for that. Like, unless and until they have just betrayed you, cheated on you, or they just insulted you. Apart from all this, like, in general sense, if you're feeling it in yourself and you're like, damn, this person, that you're not supposed to hate that person for that. You need to let people outgrow you and let people leave you. That's important as well. If you expect people to do that, you should do that too. And you need to allow people to change, because you are also going to change and you are also changing. And if you're someone who's just not changing, you should change. I'm not saying just go out and be like a different person. Evolve. Evolution is so important in a human's life and in every aspect of life. You need to evolve. And if you don't, then you might get stuck so much you'll hate yourself. I mean, it's okay, it's your personal choice, but I also think, I might make another video on that. And today I was thinking, why am I missing these people, blah blah blah, have I not outgrown, or like, we always miss people. We cannot get rid of that because it's in us. It makes us human. It makes us, yeah. So when I miss someone, I think I miss the version of me I was with them. But not with all people. Sometimes I just miss I was happy, and that happy was a version of me. I could be a better person right now. By better, I mean maybe doing better in my life than I was when I was with them. But I still miss that person because I also miss that, which is okay. And when you miss someone, on the major part is you missing the version of you were when you were with them. You might see that sometimes when you're around a certain person, you feel so relaxed, confident, nice, and that's their energy. And you're not friends with them, you miss that part of you. And now there are certain people around whom you feel insecure because they do that to you. Their energy is that way, and you cannot help that. And it is okay to, stay away from such people. When I was thinking of all these things, I concluded myself that, hey, listen. So, in my personal thing, there have been certain points in my life where I was thinking of all of it as a beef. But no, that's not a beef actually. You outgrow them, they outgrew you, and it's fine. You're okay, kid. You're okay. You get so emotionally challenged, you miss them so much, but you start hating them because you miss them. Do you understand? Like, you get so emotionally affected that you miss them, but at the same point in time, you hate them because you miss them. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll be able to ever make you understand that. Maybe another video. Yeah, so yeah. And uh it's just like that. So the thing I was talking about is that you don't need a villain. You don't need a villain. If there's an ending, it's not necessary there needs to be a villain. It's okay to just make things end without finding a villain or who did what exactly. Yeah, that was the main idea behind all those thoughts I was having. So when I used to take all these things as a beef, that hey, now there's a beef going on because now we're not friends. No, I mean on the major part I was not thinking that, but there was something in me which was like, maybe now this person is hating on me, which is not true. Which is not true. So I find peace with my people and you find peace with yours. Because if you don't do that, there will always be a void within you which you will always want to fill with new people, which will never ever be filled. So, in order to fill the void and to be able to move on with your life, you need to be having peace with the people who used to be your friends are not now they're not your friends, who used to be a connection now they're not, and you need to love people from a distance. That's how we mature. But we're still kids, so please like my video if you do. Yeah, I love making these videos and thank you so much for watching. I hope you like these. And I make most of these videos for me. Again and again I say that. And for you too. But I love to do this. I love to record myself. Yeah, so thank you so much for being a part. I like chatting with you so much. The chat was so nice. 10 on 10. I'd love to hang out with you again. Make sure you know what to do. Love y'all. See ya. Bye.